Hey you, I'm in the crew. Guru, made for you.
Hello guys, my name is Govind Srikanth and I am from the Guru Review. And today I'll be teaching you guys some music theory. And music theory we can define it as how music works. And without it, all music would be all over the place. So today we're going to be learning the basics of rhythm. And without rhythm, people would be going too fast or too slow. Their tempo would be different. And rhythm makes music sound good. So let's begin. Let me just open a new file right here. Okay, so let's define rhythm in our own words. Rhythm. Sorry about the bad handwriting. I'm using my mouse to type or write. Okay, so rhythm. If you have any background knowledge at all, you would know that rhythm is basically a steady beat. So we could define it as a steady beat, and then in brackets we should put like a pattern because it keeps on going like a pattern. So let's just say a steady beat. And this can go fast or slow, depends on the tempo. So also down here, something we need to know with rhythm. We're not going to go over it too much, but tempo. And this is basically speed or how fast or slow the music is. So let's just, should probably wrote that, whatever. So speed or how fast or slow, right? Or slow. Okay, so that's basically tempo. These are some strong words here in music. Tempo and rhythm. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so first thing I'm going to start with is I'm going to start with the time signature. Without knowing the time signature, we wouldn't know that much. Um, time signature. By that much, I mean the beats per measure. That's what it is. That's what it is too. So let's define it as the beats per measure. And if you don't know what a measure is, it in a sheet of music you'd see the four lines like this. Not perfect, but you'd see the four lines, and then you'd see these dividing lines. This oh, oops. This is a measure right here, and let me just draw an arrow to that. Ooh, let me just make it a different color. What? Oh, that didn't work. Alright, so that is a measure. So, in this measure, like a time signature would be the beats per measure, right? So, at the beginning of it, you would see something like this. You would see, you'd see something like this. This is called a treble clef, but I'm not going to go over that yet. And so basically, you would see something like this, and then you might see something like that. You might see something like that, but you'd always see something like this, like that. You probably might not see this one yet, but you'll always see something like that. It can even be like this. See? So let me just go over this. This is the most common, usually for basic people to learn, people that are beginning people to learn. This is the beats per the amount of beats per measure. So 4 out of 4. So that would mean four four beats per measure. So inside this measure, it has to the sum of beats would have to equal 4, right? Okay, so if you didn't understand this, you'd probably understand it in the next exercise. First, let me go over notes and the amount of beats that each note holds. I'm not gonna go over all of them. I'm just gonna go over the basic ones for right now. Alright, so first, this is what symbolizes music. A lot of people draw a picture of this one when they're talking about music, right? And you shade this in. Yeah, see this? Or sometimes it's like this on a measure. This is called a quarter note, and it is equivalent to 1 beat. Yeah, 1 beat per measure. So four of these, four of these would equal the 4/4 time signature. Like, okay, so 4 times 1 would equal that. Okay, and then if I didn't say the name of it earlier, this is called a quarter note. We can also put 1/4 if we're talking about this time signature, so let's put 1/4. Okay? It's called a quarter note. Alright, next one here. This one is basically, it looks like this one, except it doesn't have the inside filled. It might have a small slit like that, but you'll be able to notice. This, or this is called, this is equal to 2 beats. 2 beats per measure. So 2 of these would equal this. So let's define this as 2/4, or a half. I'm not going to simplify it, but yeah. It's equal to 2/4 if you're comparing it to this one. And this is called a half note. Okay? And then, I'm not going to go over dotted halves, but if you see something that looks like this, I'm not going to go too much over it, but if you see something like that looks like this with a dot next to it, it's like a half note with a dot next to it, this is equal to 3 beats. And it is equal, and it's called a dotted half note. I'm just going to say dotted half. Alright, so yeah, that's that. And then here's the big guy, if you were to talk about this sort of time signature. He has no shading, he might have a little slit like I said before. But you'll be able to notice, he's just a circle, no stem. So he could be like, he's going to be a circle like that for, even if he's on the low part of it. So this guy is equal to 4 beats. And his name, or his name, this this note is called a whole note. Whole note. Okay, so let's review. This one, alright, let's just like make like a little think together for ourselves. This is equal to 2 beats, and this is equal to 4 beats. 2 plus 2 equals 4. So how many of these would be in this? Yeah, you guessed it. It was 2 of these. And then how many of these 1 beats would be in this 4 beats? So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 would equal 4, right? So that means 4 of these. And this one can't really go into that evenly, so yeah. So you kind of get the point, right? 4 of these, 2 of these, and this would be lasted for a whole measure. Like here, if this would be in a measure, then this would be worth the whole measure if it was a 4/4 time signature. Alright, let's get started with some exercises, since we went over the notes. Okay, so here, let me get some music lines put here. Alright, let's make this one... Ooh, let's use a different color. Alright, let's make this one 4 over 4 times integer. This one 2 over 4. We can even have something like 3 over 4 or 6 over 8. I'm not going to go over 6 over 8 actually. Alright, so 4 over 4, 2 over 4, and 3 over 4. Alright? Okay, so 4 over 4. Alright, let's make a couple measures so we can start our exercise. Okay, so one thing my algebra teacher usually does is she does a recall thing, just so we remember everything. So let's recall the amount of beats for a quarter note. 1, right? Yeah. And then let's do a half note, which equals 2 beats. A dotted half note. Oh, a dotted half note, which we won't be going over that much, but I'll use it for the examples. I'll explain the dot later, and you'll understand later. Which is equivalent to 3 beats. And finally, the big guy, the whole note, who's equal to 4. Okay, so quarter note 1, half note 2, dotted half 3, and whole note 4. So let's start with the 4 over 4 time signature. We know that 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 times 4 equals 4. So that would mean four quarter notes, right? Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So yeah, that's 4 of them. So yeah. Then next, let's try. Let's see if this would work. Would 2 half notes work? It's 2 beats, 4 beats per measure. So 2 of them would work, and that's what we have here, right? So yes, this would work. And then, alright, let me just write the numbers out so you understand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We'll do some clapping exercises next time, but for right now I'm running short on time, so let's keep moving. Alright, let's do an example with the big guy right here. So, how many of these would count? Would 2 of them work? No, this would not work, because one of these big guys is equal to 4, right? So another one of them would be equal to 8, and that is not what we want. Alright, so only one of these would work in this. So one of these would be equal to the 4 over 4 time signature. So this works. Alright, and then let's do one with the dotted half just so we can show what it means. So the dotted half right here, it's a half note with a dot after it, and this is equal to 3, right? So that with a quarter note would be equal to 4, because this is 3 plus 1 equals 4. I hope you understand. So 3 plus 1 is equal to 4, right? Yeah, that would work. Good. Yeah. So all of these would work. All of these would work towards that. Okay. So let's try the 2 over 4. Now, I haven't been going over these two that much, but like these two are different ones. So let's 2 over 4. Okay, so that's 2 beats per measure. So how many of these would work? 1 plus 1 equals 2, right? So 1 plus 1 equals 2. And yes, that works. So this would be 1 quarter note. Oh, that looks like an eighth note. I'll go over that later too. 1 quarter note, 2 quarter notes. So that would equal to 2 over 4 time signature. So yeah, that would work once again. Alright, so let's see. Would 2 half notes work? Alright, as we set up here, 2 plus 2 it would equal 4. And this is only 2 beats per measure. So 4, okay, so let's see. 4 does not equal 2, right? So this would not work. And let's try one half note. And this equals 2 beats, right? And it's 2 beats per measure. So 1 half note would work. So yeah. I'll go over the rests next time too. And other than that, for right now, since we don't have rests, only these two would work. So yeah, only those two would work. And next here I have a dotted half right here. Um, and this would not work. You know why? Because this is worth 3 beats, and this is only 2 beats per measure. So for right now, only these two would work once again. And last but not least, we have the 3/4 time signature. And these quarter notes are worth 1 beat, so let's do 3 of these, which would equal 3. 1, 2, 3. Another formula that would work would be a half note. Oh, this would work. Another would be a half note and a quarter note, which would equal 3 beats. Going to run fast on time because I might lose time here. So yeah, so that would be 3 beats, and then we would also have to, or actually another formula that would work would be a dotted half, and it would be just one of these because 3 beats per measure, and this would equal 3 beats. So yes, that would work. This big guy would here would not work because this guy's 4 beats. So no. All right, and that's it for today, guys. I will be posting more videos, and I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope you learned something new today if you're a beginner. And have a nice day, and watch the other Go to Review videos. They're really helpful. Okay, thank you.